Hello, world.
Hello, world. Hello, Matt.
Good morning, Chloe. How are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
Let me get my mug.
Get your mug. Get your butt mug.
My butt mug. Yes.
Yep. Started off right, but
that's how I like to start my Monday morning.
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone in the chat. We've got a very active chat this morning. Britt's in the chat. Good morning, Britt.
Hi, Britt. Good morning.
So glad you can watch this morning. MLab's also hanging out.
Excellent.
Shout out to my good friend Brent out in the chat. A friend from back Illinois way.
Oh, a Midwesterner.
Yes, and of course. The incomparable Raj Andelman in the chat this morning.
Welcome everyone.
Welcome to the show. It is March 22nd. We are trucking our way through March.
It's almost over.
Jesus, it's nuts. I've officially hit my year plus of being in quarantine.
Oh yeah. Did you celebrate?
I'm doing great. I did. I celebrated by crying in the shower. No, I didn't.
Oh, good.
I didn't shower. I just cried.
Showering. I haven't done that in a year.
I mean, why would you?
Why would you?
But spring is starting to spring up outside, which is nice.
Yes. The weather's been lovely. On Wednesday, I went to the Ipswich Wildlife Sanctuary, which I'm embarrassed. I've been really embarrassed to find out how much nature there actually is near me. It was only like 35 minutes from our house or something like that. And I have been discovering all these places because for some reason, for several, like most of the years that I've lived in Boston, I'm like, I live in a city. There's no trees here. But it turns out there's quite a bit of wildlife out there.
That's one thing I really like about the Boston kind of Cambridge. I mean, I'm in Arlington, but this area is there are like those spots you can go to and like go out into the woods. And it's amazing. There's a place in Medford, the Fells, that Rachael and Britt and MLav, they all go out and march around the Fells, frolic in the woods. It's a great walk. I went out there once with Gracie and she loved it. So yeah, I'm excited to get back out. And, get back outside.
Highly recommend the Ipswich Wildlife Sanctuary. It's run by the Audubon Society. It's only $10 to park. You do have to reserve a time slot to go in, but you don't have to pay aside from parking. And they have a little marsh, which has like some little wooden plankways. There's a beaver dam. There's all kinds of birds. It's very peaceful.
All kinds of birds.
Including
really nice.
Blackbirds.
The one bird that was just very lazily named. That's a blackbird with a red wing. Well, there we go.
Well, here's the thing, though, is that it also has just on top of the red stripe is also a little yellow stripe. So they didn't even. They did a bad job naming that.
They just did a bad job.
Yeah.
Well, this is all great. I love this. We do have a show we need to continue on with, so we have to move along from the nature talk.
All right,
I'm very excited about it. The little fact of the day today, and I'm very excited. The reason I want to kind of move on a little bit is because I want to talk a little bit about our fact of the day because it's going to bring up a couple other things. So our fact of the day today is on this day in 1975, the Netherlands, Ding a Dong, performed by Tekken, wins the Eurovision Song Contest in Stockholm, Sweden. So I saw this and I was like, oh, this looks like an interesting fact. I'd like to see what this song is. And this is why I chose this fact today, is because this song is fantastic. And we're going to play just a little bit of it. Here's the song. The Eurovision Song Contest, we'll talk a little bit about it, but this is awesome.
to sing a song that goes ding, ding it on. There will be no sorrow when you sing tomorrow, and you walk along with your ding, ding dong. Ding a dong every hour when you pick a flower, even when your lover is gone.
Yeah, I think this is where the video game Tekken got its name. Yeah, it's very similar. It's the costumes. That guy is my favorite, I think.
I think the shoulders.
Yeah.
The shoulder pads in this whole video.
Yeah. So that's
wow.
Yeah. I would definitely suggest
so
looking that up and watching the whole thing. Well, the Eurovision Song Contest is coming up again. I think it's in May.
Oh, wow.
And it's in Rotterdam is where they're going to be doing it. And it's a really cool, you saw the one, I think this last year or the year before, where they were all wearing the sweaters with their like 8-bit faces on them and did a little dance. It was awesome. But
amazing.
So our question today is Eurovision adjacent, or it's Eurovision related. It's not even adjacent. It's directly related.
It's about Eurovision.
It's about Eurovision. What country has the most Eurovision Song Contest wins?
Ooh.
So of the countries that are involved in the Eurovision Song Contest, which country has the most wins? So you can get those guesses going in the chat, and we will talk about it at the end of the show.
We'll give you an answer at the end of the show.
Yeah. Growing my Coke now in anticipation. I mean, that get up of the guitar player there. I mean, let's just look at that.
Oh, yeah. It looks like lily pads.
It looks
like he took some large plants and draped them over his shoulders.
Yeah. He kind of looks like a Klingon. Like he looks. He has he's got a very
look.
like Worf from Star Trek: The Next Generation kind of look. But it's amazing. ABBA got their fame from Eurovision. Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing, and I'm embarrassed to say that I'm just now like kind of finding out about it in the last few years.
Yeah, well, the only thing I know about Eurovision is that movie with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, and I never even finished it. I haven't even finished it all the way. I'm sure it's wonderful. I've heard it's very funny.
It's great. It's very it's like, it's fairly wholesome.
It's fairly wholesome.
Yeah, for it's wholesome for a Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and they, I think they brought a whole new viewership to the Eurovision Song Contest by making that film.
I think so, and and I mean, I hope it works. They're already hugely popular. I don't believe the Eurovision Song Contest really needed like a jump start of incoming fans. Like it's a huge thing.
It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, but it definitely got me more interested in watching. And I think you can find where it's streamed or something online. We'll keep you posted on it, because it's definitely something I want to talk more about as it gets closer.
We'll Google it for you.
That's a new service that we're going to offer. If
Hello
you need
world.
something Googled, just send your search request to that'stoomuchbread@gmail.com. And if it's, as long as it's a SFW safe, safe for work safe, then we will Google it for you.
We'll put our answers in the next show. Yeah, we'll sort through all the advertisements and everything. We'll get you the real answer.
Yeah. We'll do that for you. Y'all, I'm very excited about today's guests. We have two very amazing guests on the show with us today. Let's see. Our first guest. Let's see. Oh, I'm holding. Oh, yeah. Get official merch. Go to the merch store. Thank you, Rachael, for thinking ahead there. We've got. You can get the Hello World stuff on all the merch. It's great. But here we go. our first guest of the day. We got to get to it. Our first guest of the day. She is an author. She has a new book that's available on Audible that I'm very interested to talk about. It looks crazy. It's called A Certain Hunger is what the book is called. Yeah. I can't wait to talk to her about it. Let's welcome to the show, Chelsea G. Summers. Chelsea, good morning.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm actually in Sweden. So this is a big Eurovision household.
Are you really?
Yeah. My Swedish husband is a singer. So, and he grew up with Melodifestivalen, which is the Swedish like local contest that happens before, that chooses the band that goes to Eurovision. So we are all in. We are a Eurovision family, and
because it's like a thing, right? Like it's like it's an all day. Is it a like how long is the event?
Well, it's
or does it go over the course of?
It's like 50 countries. Each country does its own little selection thing. Right now, I think there are about 12 or 14 selected artists where you can see the videos on YouTube. I highly suggest watching Finland's and the Ukraine's. Sweden's is really good. His name is Tusse, and he was the winner of Swedish Idol. So it's fun. It's,
Chelsea, this is I never thought that we would be chatting Eurovision.
And I actually know which country has won the most, but I'm not going to say anything.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. You can put it, if you want to type it in the private chat. If you see the private chat there, I'll see it, but nobody else will, and I'll be able to. Because I'm sure you're 100% right, because I just got it from the Eurovision website. So, I didn't do any like deep digging to try and find this out. So what time is it there? It's like super.
It's almost 3. So in the afternoon.
This is just an afternoon hang for you.
Exactly. This is my like coffee clutch. We're talking.
Yeah, I'll be 100% still drinking coffee at 3:30 in the afternoon. So
actually, this is herbal tea. I'm a great big liar.
It is tea time. This is water if it makes you feel better.
She's just drinking it out of a mug to kind of go with the aesthetic of the show.
Sure.
That's true.
Sure. Why not?
Aesthetic is everything.
So Chelsea, you've got a book coming out on Audible. Is it only on Audible?
No, so it was only on Audible for a year. It was only on Audible, released in 2019 on Halloween, which I guess makes sense because apparently I wrote a feminist horror book. I didn't really realize that until it came out, when all of a sudden all these horror readers were like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's the best feminist horror. Or they're like, this sucks. This is the most terrible, whichever. And then it came out in hardback on December 1st of 2020. And so it's available both in, tangible form on ebook, and also plugged right into your hot ears with and it's read by Hillary Hubert, who's amazing. And she's great.
I have Audible, so I'm gonna pick it up and give it a listen. Although I read the synopsis and I was like, oh, this is gonna freak me out. Like I can tell it's gonna freak me out.
Good.
Because a certain hunger, it has a little bit to do with cannibalism. Yes.
Yeah, more than a little.
Yeah. More than a little. It's just slightly a metaphor. No, it's right.
No, it's full on. It's full on cooking and eating of ex-boyfriends. So the elevator pitch is it's Eat, Pray, Love meets American Psycho. And
two of my favorite films.
It's the memoiristic novel. So it's a novel written as a memoir of a female cannibalistic serial killer who kills and eats her ex-lovers.
Wow.
It's fun. It's, it's fun, frisky girl stuff.
Fun, frisky girl stuff. So you didn't realize, so other people categorized it as feminist horror. When you were writing it, what were you thinking of it as?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I'm alone in this, but my process of writing this particular book was a very much discovery. Like, I didn't really know what I had until I finished. So I wrote the first draft, and then I started editing it. And I was like, oh, it's a satire, just as American Psycho is a satire. Not thinking, oh, American Psycho is horror. It has never, like, I've never thought at one point American Psycho is horror. Obviously it's horror, but I never thought of it that way. So I didn't, like, put my hands on my hips and was like, I'm going to write a feminist horror movie, or a horror book. So that's it. It just sort of ended up being that once I finished it. I mean, I always say that writing is always a failure, because first of all, you're never going to write the thing that you want to write. Like, it's never you're never going to be able to capture exactly what you want. And then secondly, the book that you write is not the book that anybody else reads. So I'm a failure in that, like, the successes really come in when people see stuff that for me, that I didn't really intend, as well as when they get the in jokes, when they get the references, when they like it. But it's, the ability to transmit something that I didn't anticipate I was transmitting. Because, fiction, it comes from your brain. So, yeah, I mean, like, I guess on a strong unconscious level, I was like, this is going to be horror. And apparently it is.
Yeah, it's always one of those things of, like, when you write something and someone else reads it and they're, like, reading into all this stuff and you're like, I definitely meant to do that.
Yeah. People are like, so this is an extended analogy for veganism. I'm like, absolutely. You,
of course,
if that's how you see it, absolutely,
a very astute reader. No,
I just want to pull up the cover art for this. I love
beautiful.
I love the cover art for this.
The cover of the hardback is also really beautiful. This one, the Audible cover, was done by my friend, artist Molly Crabapple, who is also she's great, and she's also a writer. She has, I think, 3 books out, and she's working on her 4th. And I was just incredibly pleased and proud to have her do the cover. And then the one that is from Unnamed is, it takes a very different kind of perspective on the book. That's not pink. It's not pink. So that's good.
So this is not the first. This is not the first book you've written?
This is my debut novel. Yeah.
Oh, this is your debut novel.
Yeah. So in print, my debut my first novel came out when I was 58, and in Audible I was 56. So I'm a late blooming writer.
Wow. What kind of made you decide to sit down and write? Like I'm going to write a book.
Well,
or did it just kind of happen?
Yeah, no, well, no, I both, actually. So my job at the time sent me to Italy in the spring of 2011. And before I left, a friend of mine was like, oh, you can write Eat, Pray, Love. I'm like, yeah, ha, 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 I'll write Love, Pray, Eat, the feminist zombie novel. And then I was like, actually, I like that. So like I went to Italy. I was there for about 4 months. I had my heart broken, as one does when one lives in Italy. I came home. I was really depressed. And my friend, Caitlin Foisey, who's a witch and an artist and a tarot card reader, read my tarot cards. And I'm not like a big ooh-wah person, but I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And so she's reading my cards and she was like, you need a new project. It'll take you places. It'll be dark, it'll be good. And she sort of got the ball running. I went back to Italy, or spinning in my mind. And then I went back to Italy that following fall, and I wrote like the first chapter in this 17th century villa that was like heated by a single wood stove the size of a personal pan pizza. It was absurd. And then it kind of just sat there for a bunch of years until I worked on Molly's memoir, Drawing Blood. I edited it with her. And she's just so driven and she's so devoted and she has such a vision for herself that I was like, man, when I finished it, I'm like, I will kick myself if I never finish writing a book. So I made myself write, and I gave myself a deadline, and I wrote the majority of the book in about 6 months.
Wow.
And then it took
once it started, it just
yeah, and then it took a really long time to get an agent. I went through like 4 agents before I found somebody who was like, yes, I love this. And then we had, I think in total, somewhere in between 25 and 30 rejections.
Wow.
There were about 20 rejections before it found its home at Audible, and then like another 10 rejections before it got purchased by Unnamed. And it came out December 1st, and it got really great reception. I'm like pleased as expletive that it was in the New York Times and the LA Times and the New Republic and Bon Appetit and a bunch of places.
Nice. So it was featured in Bon Appetit. That's fantastic.
Yeah. And then, because of COVID, like obviously there's no book tour. The supply chain was messed up.
Yeah.
Like Amazon wasn't able to send it out until like right before Christmas, and then the holidays came, and it was like, and it's just, So the paperback will be out in October.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
very cool. That's a perfect time for that to come out. Well, I'd like to think that we're part of the book tour, like that. This is
I appreciate it.
A nice little.
I'm very happy to be here.
I mean, you're getting. Let's see, you're getting East Coast, you're getting Midwest. So I mean, you're getting. You're getting a lot of U.S. coverage here, which is awesome.
Cool.
So yeah, people
I still have never seen it in a bookstore.
Oh, that's going to be awesome though. The first time you're.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it because like I have not, like people send me pictures, which is awesome. Like I see it on Instagram, and I'm very happy, but I haven't actually gone into a bookstore and been like, oh my God,
Yeah,
so.
That's amazing. You can see Rachel put the New York Times review in the chat. So click on that link, and you can, don't click on it now, but click on it after the show. Like, copy and paste it into a browser.
Put it in a tab, save it for later.
Come right back. Yeah. People are also noticing, Chelsea, that you are in a kitchen right now. You are sitting in your kitchen.
I am.
Is your husband okay?
He's fine. He's
what's
in
for
the
lunch?
Well, we had lunch, and I made pasta, and but it was I bought the meat.
Okay. It was not fresh.
It was not. I was very fortunate to meet a dude who was not freaked out by any of that. In my apartment in New York, I have a bookshelf where it kind of segues from books about serial killers and psychopaths into cookbooks. Because for a while that shelf was like right next to my stove, and I had a bunch of workmen in who were like.
Like, don't piss me off. I know how to do it, and I know what to do.
Good price for us.
I did a lot of research. I'm sure that my browser history is on some FBI list somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not, you're probably not using the internet correctly. Exactly. Everybody's on the list at some time.
You got to commit to the bit. You know what I mean?
Hey, that is
we know all
no
about
truer
that.
words have been spoken. So what's next, Chelsea? Do you have now that you've written one, has the book bug bitten you?
Yeah,
are you ready to write another?
I'm in the starting stages of the next one. It is not very much like this one, but I'm feeling, I'm like, it's been really hard for me, like a lot of other people, to actually concentrate and finish sentences and work during the pandemic. But now that things are starting to lighten up, I'm moving along.
Fantastic.
So yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So real quick, while we've still got you here for another minute or so, do you have any recommendations, like book recommendations that you're reading now that maybe our amazing viewer base could check out?
Let's see. Recently,
besides A Certain Hunger, obviously pick up A Certain Hunger.
Obviously,
read that book.
Read that first. Recently I read my friend Amy Gentry's dark academia book called Bad Habits, which is the story of two frenemies and their grad school mentor. And Amy, as I am, is a crime writer, and she's great. And I was really happy. I was really into this book. Her previous book takes place in the comedies, the comedy scene, and it's sort of like a Me Too story. But it came she wrote it before Louis C.K. and Me Too and everything. And it's called Last Woman Standing, and that's also really great. I just finished Megan Abbott's book about gymnastics, Dare Me, which came out a little while ago. And she's just so awesome. It's a very immersive teenager cheerleader world, and also crime writing. Wow. And I finished Eric Larson's Dead Wake, which is about the sinking of the Lusitania not that long ago. And if you everybody thinks is, Titanic, but let me tell you, the Lusitania is totally worth getting into that particular submarine.
Yeah, check that out. Well, Chelsea, thank you so much. We'll have to bring you back on as the Eurovision Song Contest ramps up, because we would love to have you as a Eurovision correspondent.
Cool. Well, that would be my pleasure.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Chelsea. Check out all of Chelsea's stuff at her website, chelseagsummers.com. And you can also follow her at Twitter at Chelsea G. Summers. Thank you so much, Chelsea. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks. Hey,
take care. Bye-bye. I wrote all those books down. I'm
so cool. I'm so excited.
I'm amassing a pile that I will never ever finish, but I guess that's what books are supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we just got all these recommendations, because I finished Avatar: The Last Airbender, Rise of Kyoshi. Would highly recommend. I listened to the Audible version, and I've just felt uninspired by everything else that I've picked up. So I'm excited to
that Bad Habits book sounds amazing.
Yes.
And definitely like the Lusitania, like that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Those are definitely books I'm going to have to check out. Coming up here real quick, here in the next few minutes, we've got our Hello World roast team is back to talk. We've got a couple people we're going to roast on their birthday. It's their birthday today. So we'll give them a roast. I know that these two particular people are definitely watching, so I'm very excited. But before we get to that, let's take a look at what you missed last week, in case you haven't been watching the channel, which you absolutely should. Also, little quick channel update. Last I checked, we were at 985 for follows. So we are mere 15 follows away from 1,000. So that's it's so exciting. I'm just like refreshing all the time now. So if you haven't already followed, check it out. Butters HBJ, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. This is a fellow gamer. We've been playing Fall Guys on the Twitch.
What a delight.
Yeah. So check out. Let's take a look at what we saw last week.
Tyrion squeamish snob. She's definitely not a snob. Let's see. Oh, I kind of like her being a bro. That's kind of funny to me. Jealous, non-committal, hates children. I don't know. She could be an insider, like she wants to be in a club. No, let's make her a bro. Yeah, obviously. That's obviously correct now that I see it. Okay. Oh, and I think she needs glasses.
All right. It was very, very close when we started. It still is close, but we have a winner pulling ahead for a master's degree.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Are you
not allowed to happen? It's not supposed to happen.
Why? Why? I'm gonna take this time to promo myself.
Is the boar not talking?
Oh, the boar does not talk to cops, okay?
Okay. Even though it is a pig.
It is a pig. But see, it presents that comparison. Monica ain't no cop, okay? Get that straight.
All right, well, okay, I guess.
And also, Monica resents the comparison to pigs as well. Both things are offensive to her.
Singing group called, I'm spacing on it. Sorry, everybody. Sonic
Hedgehog.
Nope. This isn't one of your questions. I can Google it.
Sonic Youth. That's a band name.
That's a different one.
Okay.
He did a tribute to
Silk Sonic says
Silk Sonic. Yep, that's correct.
I think we could team up and we could have a little Smars and Mars.
Twisted into really just like a version of capitalism in a lot of places, I feel. But yeah, I feel like if there ever came a time when you didn't have to be socialist, like if the world was just smart and kind and equitable, then I wouldn't identify as anything. I'd just ride my bike.
Just hang out.
Get it in your head. Trim those nails. Sand them down. Mark.
Sex with me is like nail polish. In a week, there's going to be little spots where I touched you.
Oh no. All right, we got the poison is over here.
Can I move my square?
Stay away.
Can I get away from this?
Talk to Matt about
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh dear. All right, that's gonna do it.
Mind us, I give up. Dating in quarantine. It's just so hard to do. Wish we could meet for real instead of awkward Zooms. Love is in quarantine.
Adequate.
I've been studying this religion for so many decades, and in a moment's notice, you made me feel something I've never felt before, and I want it back.
Raz, you
do it again.
You are the don't do it again.
He knows.
It's always cold where he is. It won't thaw. And before he goes on a job, he goes, "You want me to ice him?" Mickey Hamfist is a real person that lived in 1930s New York and had his fists frozen to hams, and they fused together. And
Strangely enough, you're wrong. Grand Theft Auto.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff. And if I was not mistaken, perhaps I saw a Chloe in that clip.
No. No, you did not.
Oh no! Did it? It must have faded in. There was an amazing picture of you as Deadlift that must have ended up on the cutting room floor. Not by my fault. I apologize.
That's all right.
Is it? I don't know.
I didn't see myself.
No, maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
Caitlin saw you.
Caitlin saw me.
So maybe you weren't paying. You just
Maybe
weren't.
I wasn't
attention.
paying enough
Did you
attention.
leave during that? Did you not watch? Did you?
No.
Because I totally went up and refilled my coffee during that.
I was here the whole time.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
I did love that dating in quarantine song.
Oh my God, the
That
musical
was
comedy
beautiful.
night was so good on Saturday. That was such a fun time.
Yes.
Jess, I'm just going to say it. Jess Cashin is a treasure.
Voice of an angel.
Voice of an angel, and can put out Broadway parodies like nobody's business, and that's an excellent segue to what we're doing next.
Oh, excellent.
So speaking of Broadway parodies, for birthdays today, it's two very special people's birthdays. It is Stephen Sondheim and Andrew Lloyd Webber's birthday today. And they're very dear friends of the show.
They're here every morning.
Every morning. Steve and Andrew. Steve and Andy,
as we call them,
as we like to call them. So we've decided that we're going to do what good friends do for someone's birthday and give them a little roast. We're going to give them a little roast. And there's only two people that I can think of that can possibly do the roast of these two justice. And that's the very own Hello World roast team of David, Thomas, and Sarah Michelson. So we brought them in. David and Sarah. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Wow. Good morning.
Look at, people are losing their minds in the chat now that you two are here.
They're ready for this.
They are so ready for this.
Oh yeah.
Now, Sarah, you mentioned before the show that you're a little hesitant about possibly jabbing, making fun of Stephen Sondheim.
Yeah.
Why is that?
He's a legend. I'm sorry. He's incredible. I love Stephen Sondheim.
Well, Sondheim's the one people actually respect, right?
Yeah, I don't respect
David,
Andrew Lloyd Webber. I respect Stephen Sondheim.
Okay. Well, and David, what is your experience with musical theater?
Googled it yesterday.
Perfect roast team.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the perfect roast team. This is the roast, the power roast couple. Fantastic. Well, I pulled up a couple amazing images for you to just kind of get some inspiration on. Let me pull up. We'll start with Stephen Sondheim. As he will probably be the harder one for Sarah. We want to just get this one out of the way. Here's a little picture for inspiration.
Oh boy.
Wow.
That's the one you picked.
Yeah, this is the one I picked.
Oh, he looks like
Nick Kroll.
He looks like Nick Kroll in anaphylactic shock.
He looks like he's currently planning how to get through someone's window. Stephen Sondheim, a legendary Broadway composer. His works include Pacific Overtures, Follies, and Sweeney Todd. Of course, if you haven't heard any of Sondheim's music, don't worry. Just go listen to a homeless guy ramble on the subway.
It's around the same beat cadence. Yeah.
Sondheim's music has less structure than an alcoholic playing Jenga.
This is
No
painful
comment.
for Sarah.
Well, I'd say it has too much structure. Too much structure.
Oh no, Sarah, you're
If you
cutting
miss a
out on
beat,
us.
you're like lost for like the rest of the musical.
Mm.
It's because my Wi-Fi knows that I shouldn't do this.
No, I respect Sarah's stance because Sondheim is a legend. He's been praised for having reinvented the American musical, with shows that tackle unexpected themes that range far beyond the genre's traditional subjects. And this is all while looking like a White Walker.
Yeah.
You look at him, he looks like if Clint Eastwood died 8 years ago.
Yeah, I chose to not bring in any of the older looking pictures of him because it is they are unsettling. But
please
bring them in.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
No, I mean, come on. Like the guy is 92 years old. His music was first played by the band that sunk on the Titanic.
Not the Lusitania, the Titanic.
Yeah, not the Lusitania, no.
He looks kind of like in these older pictures if you put Kurt Russell in a microwave for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
The guy has won many awards, and from the look of him now, he's also won several burns.
Jesus.
I think of like a good lyric that would work, a good Sondheim lyric. But
I mean, good luck.
I mean, there he is with Obama.
Oh yeah, good.
Make fun of that, David. Come on.
I don't know.
You can't make fun of a guy getting a medal.
Look, I can make fun of how old he is, though. He's so old. His first job was a bard. He is so old. West Side Story was originally about Europe.
Jesus.
He's so old. Sunday in the Park with George starred King George III. He's so old. Sorry. Into the Woods is his autobiography. I don't
know. Britt Mitchell here. Looks like chain smoking is.
I guess, yeah. He's so old. Broadway was the only way that didn't end in plague. I have one more he's so old joke.
Okay, let's get a good he's so old picture here.
He's so old. Thespis invented the tragedy when he saw Stephen's face.
All right, Sarah, do you have any? Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead, David.
Sorry, all right, yeah. The guy, he's won an Academy Award, 8 Tonys, a special Tony, 8 Grammys, a Pulitzer, and not one arm wrestling contest. I know me calling Sondheim a nerd is the pot calling the kettle black, but the guy does musical theater. Come on. He makes Thomas Middleditch seem like John Wick. And
wow.
I enjoy good music, but people who love musical theater are the worst.
Oh, David, you're treading dangerous waters here, and I think you know that.
Sondheim's fans are more insufferable than improvisers. If you gave me a choice between going to a theater party and getting COVID, I'd say forget the mask and hit up a TGI Fridays in Texas.
Oh, God. Theater parties were awesome.
I've never been invited to one, so.
No.
I went to a theater party in high school, and it was just people that were really nice to each other during the day, secretly saying mean things about each other, like in like separate rooms.
Yeah. That sounds like the South.
Oh man, David really turned that Sondheim roast around.
Yeah.
He really—that's what David does. He holds up a mirror to the audience and says, "Look at yourselves."
Look at yourselves.
All right, so let's switch over to someone who might be a little easier for Sarah, but probably just as brutal from David. The one and the only Andrew Lloyd Webber, and here's the first picture I picked of him.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I mean,
he's a good old they kicked out of the band early on.
Yeah, I know we make fun of people's appearance a lot in these bits, but Jesus, he looks like if Jabba the Hutt lost 300 pounds.
It's all the
I think it's
excess
appropriate he was born on
skin
the
is.
same day as Sondheim because he's been playing second fiddle to him ever since.
He
got him.
He looks like if Gimli from Lord of the Rings went to band camp.
All right, here's a more recent picture of him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not surprised he worked on Phantom of the Opera because he does look like he lives underground. He's like if a mole fucked Christopher Hitchens.
This is great. He looks like a bad Martin Short character.
Yeah.
What's the name of that actor who always plays like super creepy, slimy characters?
Jack Earl Haley?
Nathan something. He was in like Harry Potter and Enchanted. It's Sweeney Todd. Anyway,
the guy that played Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's spored off of him.
Spray tan teeth, anyone?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like if Martin Sheen and Snape had a baby.
You know, he wrote Timothy Swallow. You know, he wrote Starlight Express. This isn't even a roast, it's just true. He wrote Starlight Express because he wanted to get the rights to Thomas the Tank Engine to adapt it into a musical, but failed.
Wow. You know, his theater group is called the Really Useful Group because their music is really useful for getting people to leave your house.
He wrote Cats.
Lex Crypto, is this true? Is this true? Does he share a hairdresser with Donald Trump? I mean, let's look at that picture again.
The hairdresser is just so many flights.
Yeah. He can only do super thin, white person hair.
There's a weasel that just like kind of like it's like the sister to the traveling pants, but for like for hair.
Comb overs.
You know, Andrew Lloyd Webber, he was knighted in 1992. He was anointed as a baron in 1997. And in 2022, he'll be drawn and quartered.
On live television.
Yeah. He's been accused of plagiarism on multiple occasions.
Really?
Yeah, with several agreements being settled out of court. He's the Dane Cook of Broadway. He's a bigger fraud than Brian Williams, and Carlos Mencia looks at Andrew Lloyd Webber and feels better about himself.
I feel like the lawsuits and the plagiarism is because he needed a distraction for being responsible for Cats.
Yeah.
And Starlight Express.
He composed Cats. Cats has done more harm to the public image of cats than literally every cat. You know, watching the musical Cats is like having a pet cat. It's boring, it makes annoying noises, and it lasts for 15 years. Andrew Lloyd Webber is to musical theater what Meghan Markle is to the British monarchy, in that he showed us why it has to be destroyed.
Oh man, topical.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Topical and biting.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
I just said, yeah, okay. Andrew Lloyd Webber is a bloated, unoriginal, conservative douchebag who hates poor people. The only difference between him and Donald Trump is that Webber's fan base is actually literate.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, as someone that is a moderate Andrew Lloyd Webber fan, that didn't hurt too bad.
What about Sondheim, though?
Sondheim, I could really, I mean, I could really care less about, to be honest. I'll never be able to sing his stuff, so you know.
Well, I was telling them before we started the show that my big roast of Sondheim is that every time I bring his songs to my vocal teacher, they're hard. They're really hard. They're impossible.
Yeah.
He's like, I wasn't aware that you need to breathe. There's no parts in the song to breathe.
Wow. Yeah, I get a friend did say, I guess his song, they cram a lot of stuff in there. Apparently.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Pardon me, is anybody there? Because if anybody's there, thank you all for coming to the wedding dinner.
Yeah. It's just so much. It's so much. And people start at weird times. So there's lots of overlaying stuff happening. It's a crazy. If you get a chance, watch the documentary now with John Mulaney playing the Sondheim character.
Incredible.
What?
Yeah. It's the documentary now did a Sondheim-esque documentary.
Thank you.
So yeah, definitely check that out. Any final words from our roast team?
I just like what Rachel said.
Right here. Oh nope, that's not Rachel. Things move around on me here. Here we go.
Yep.
Sondheim found a socially acceptable venue for his asphyxiation fetish.
Oh man.
Woo.
Look, it just needs to be known. Andrew Lloyd Webber, a few years ago, he flew back to England just to vote in the House of Lords against tax cuts for the poor. Andrew Lloyd Webber hates poor people more than Boris Johnson hates the wind when he forgets a hat.
I think that's a good one to go out on.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like Andrew Lloyd Webber could really prove that he hated poor people by making his Broadway tickets more affordable.
Yeah. $5 tickets. Go watch Starlight Express.
Yeah, right. Do a matinee or something.
And make them mandatory if you don't make enough money.
Yeah, right.
All right, roast team, thank you so much. David, Sarah, you're all amazing. And look forward to next time.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my goodness.
Always a delight.
Always a delight. That David Thomas, just because he doesn't know something about a topic doesn't mean he won't make fun of it. And I love that because he does the research. He does the
research.
I'm sure they would do parties, Lex Crypto, for the as long as everything was kept socially distant and safe, and these performers were paid. I'm sure they would 100% do parties. It's my birthday this week, and I want to get roasted. Oh man, you don't know what you're asking for. David is brutal. So
they'll pay in Coke and exposure. That'll be good.
yeah, because we need exposure right now.
We have been exposing ourselves this entire pandemic.
Yeah. Rachel has a good idea. We can add roast to the Patreon. That might be something. We're working on a Patreon. We're so very close to getting it out. So the Patreon is literally just around the corner. Hopefully we'll get it out very, very soon.
That'll be great.
So keep an eye out for that. Let's see if we've gotten any followers in the last couple minutes. We're now up to JGen27 followed us about half an hour ago. Thank you, JGen27. We're at 986.
Wow.
So very, very close.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Very, very close. All right. Well, we've got a little bit of show left. I do want to real quick. There's another video I want to show. This is an amazing. So we have a show on our channel called The Sleepover, and they are, I believe. And Rachel, correct me if I'm wrong, or any of the members of Sleepover in the chat right now. I believe it's the 2nd and 4th Saturdays of the month. So it very well could be 1st, 3rd, and 5th, but I think it's 2nd and 4th. But regardless, they'll correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. I got it the first time.
You got it.
Great. 2nd and 4th, there it is. But they, it's such a cool show because they basically play middle school students having a sleepover, and everyone in the chat is a member of the 2MB Middle School, which I absolutely love. But they do tend to get a little on the spooky side. So here is, they put together this really, really cool promo, and I want to show it off. And then after this, we're going to check in with our musical guest. So stick around, but watch this amazing promo for Sleepover. Here we go.
I submit to the 2MB Middle School Society the story of Sleepover. It all started with the most popular girls at 2MB Middle School getting together for regular Zoom sleepovers.
Like, remember Darren from English class and how he was like totally cute? Just told a story about a doll, which was scary, but whatever. Everything's been pretty normal this year for me.
Slowly, things got spooky.
I found out that he was actually a 2,000-year-old ghost. I'm a stuffy! I became a vampire.
I got turned into like a stuffed bear, but no one remembers that.
Guys, there's a literal ghost orb in my house and it's coming for us all! And Lauren's orb is in love with me.
That's weird, right?
Are you ready for a spooky sleepover?
Weak electromagnetic disruptions make people think they see a ghost.
Join us.
If you're disoriented and seeing apparitions, it's most likely just a low-frequency standing wave at about 20 hertz, like from a fan. If you're in a group and everyone thinks they saw something, it's just the power of suggestion activating the prefrontal cortex.
Guys?
Emma.
Where's everyone going?
Something's
This
happening.
is really bad, you guys. Something really... What's happening? Get over here! No!
Every 2nd and 4th Saturday.
Where is everyone?
Wow.
The creepy.
The creepiest. Holy crap, yeah. That was that was a heck of a promo. Well done, Sleepover crew.
Well
That
done.
was very well. That
Very-
was very well filmed.
They promo as hard as they party.
Yeah, right. They do. It's always such a fun show. I run tech on that show, so it's always fun to play around with that. It's just a really, really cool group of very, very talented performers. So check them out. 2nd and 4th Saturdays at 10 p.m. So it's perfect for those that like a little spooky and a little fun.
Perfect.
And a whole lot of funny. Not a little funny, a whole lot of funny.
Whole lot of funny.
Awesome. So I think it is time to let's see.
Let's bring on our musical guest.
I think we could bring out our musical guest. I'm pretty excited. I just want to make sure that it's that time. I want to make sure that I'm not running ahead on time here. So, no, I think we're good.
Right.
So I'm very excited. Very, very excited to bring this person on as our musical guest. She told me before the show that this is her second time being on like the streaming circuit. So let's see. Rachel, are you with us? I want to make sure Rachel's with us here first. Her camera's on. Oh, there we go. Her camera's on. She's ready to go. Let's bring to the Hello World, I guess, stage. Sure. Rachael Jenkins. Rachel, good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. It's a little earlier here, so yeah.
Yeah. Where are you calling us from?
Utah, so it's like 8:30 my time.
Utah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you got up so early.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Very much. Yeah. It's not like you're in Sweden and
No.
it's 3:00 in the afternoon.
I wish.
Had your day.
Yeah.
It looks like you're getting some really nice like morning sunshine in. So welcome. Thank you so much. So Rachel, you've been how long have you been playing music?
I mean, I've been playing music my whole life, but just recently, in the past 4 to 5 months, is when this all has kind of picked up, and I've loved music from the time I was a little girl, always sang. And then, a couple years ago, picked up the guitar, and here we are.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So when did you decide that you're like, okay, I'm gonna start getting out on the internet with my music?
It actually kind of chose me. I think I had kind of given up on my little dream of performing, and then I ended up posting some TikToks that did well, and I was like, you know what, let's do this thing. And then got contacted by a few labels, and here we are. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
So how has quarantine been for you? How is this whole thing? Has that put a damper on things?
Yeah, it's been hard because I can't be in person anywhere. So recording has been unique, to say the least. I record at home and then I send it off to producers and stuff. I wish I could play live, but I mean, this is fun. Like this is just cool. So
yeah, and in a way, this is a cool way to play live because you're in your space and you're in a space you feel comfortable in. You're not on some stage in a bar that might have like pockets in the stage where you might like dip through or whatever. Like bar stages are not safe sometimes.
No.
Well, awesome, Rachel. Let's hear a song. Yeah, and then we'll chat a little bit more after that.
Cool. Yeah. So the first one I'm going to play is my song that's coming out on the 26th of this month, and it's called Untitled. Very excited.
Excellent. Rachael Jenkins.
It's tradition in my house to bring the boy over unannounced on a mission for a spouse. Don't you smile too big or he'll ask for your hand and you'll end up alone and down. But it doesn't matter anyhow. I don't bat for your team now. Now I'm flying, windows down, burning grass on the temple grounds. 1 foot out, shoot me down. display my mom in tattoos and keep saving your spit for the drought. And I pray to a God that doesn't care, at least not enough to be there. Oh, I'm not afraid of dying, but I swear to God, if I lose this self-proclaimed quitter, will have a bone to pick with you. Bet you didn't think you'd see
Oh wow. So good.
Thank
Oh
you
my
so
God.
much.
The
Thank
chat is going nuts. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's so kind. I'm reading the
Yes.
chat.
Good. Yeah. Fantastic. So have you are any of these songs, are you putting these songs on an album? Have any of these songs, like are they somewhere where people can buy them?
Yes. So that one that I played, this is, like I said, this is all very new to me. So I'm
Mhm.
in the beginning stages of putting music out. But
Fantastic.
this song will be out this Friday.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, on all streaming platforms. So this is my first release. But other than that, I do have some uploaded to YouTube. You can just search my name, and then on TikTok as well, and on Instagram. Basically, all of my socials, I have like little snippets. But yeah, I'm hoping to get an album or an EP out within the year, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, that's so great. Well, congratulations on your first song dropping
Thank
on
you.
Friday. That's
Thank you.
fantastic. So yeah, definitely make sure follow Rachael on Twitter so you can get all those updates and everything like that.
Yeah.
So Rachael, talk to us about your kind of your inspirations, your the people that you listen to and get. Oh, what word am I looking for, Chloe? Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Or yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Coffee's starting to fade a little bit. I need
Yeah.
to drink more.
Need a refill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Hayley Williams growing up was my biggest inspiration from Paramore. So I take a lot of, I'm obsessed with her songwriting, I mean, and her voice. But she was the one who kind of got me started. And then within the past year, I've been listening. I'm also obsessed with Phoebe Bridgers, which is a common thing, I think, for a lot of people now. She's an amazing songwriter. Who else do I? On the opposite spectrum, I listen to a lot of Caroline Polachek, who's very pop, very very opposite of what I play, but she's really cool. But I listen to a lot of singer-songwriters. I'm a lyricist at heart, so anyone who can break my heart with a good phrase is
Yeah.
is right
So
up
do
my
you write
alley.
the lyrics? Do you write the lyrics before the tune, or do you have usually have the tune in your head first?
It kind of depends. I think usually I start with like a little melody, or like I'll pick out a chord I like on the guitar. But I pull in, I do a lot of journaling, so I pull in a lot of like inspiration from there, and then so it's kind of like a chicken and egg kind of thing. Yeah, they all come together kind of at once.
I love that though. I
usually.
love that it's not like it's just kind of all
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
We've got a couple questions in the chat. Bella here has a question. What kind of music did you sing before you were playing guitar?
Oh God, I was singing everything. I mean, I took lessons and did like little recitals, and it was a lot of show tunes. So the bit before when you were talking about, yeah, I was like, yes,
we're big Broadway fans here on the show.
Yeah. So a lot of show tunes, a lot of pop. I'm less pop now, I would say, but I used to be a big belter. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what was the first instrument that you learned?
Piano. Yeah. So I learned piano. I started piano probably when I was like 6 and played for 10 years. Guitar, I'm self-taught. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Bella also was asking if you have any other instruments on the horizon that you're like, oh, I really want to learn how to play this.
I would love, I mean, nothing on the horizon, but I would love to learn how to play the violin. I think violins are just, yeah. So would love to learn how to play the violin.
Yeah. It's always cool to have a song that's got a little, some violin in it.
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
So beautiful.
Britt Mitchell hearing that you're a musical theater person is asking if you take requests. If you sang What I Did for Love from Chorus Line, you would sound amazing. So maybe that's something you can do on TikTok or on YouTube maybe. Give a shout out to Britt there. And then I love this as well. Also off topic slightly, but style, I love your top.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is a pretty killer shot. I love the unicorns.
I know, right? They're fun.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Fantastic. Go
Gentleman
ahead.
had a question about what's a good lyric you've been stuck on recently?
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Rachel's got the good questions.
I'll start. It's basically everything off of Taylor Swift's Folklore album.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh.
Taylor Swift is a genius. So
yeah. Agreed.
I don't, off the top of my head, I'm drawing a blank. I'm probably nervous, but I'm the same, but with every lyric Phoebe Bridgers has ever wrote. It just breaks me. So
yeah.
That's fantastic. I honestly, I don't know. I'm
That's okay.
thinking, I'm like, I don't know, something from musical theater. What's the show that I'm listening to? I'm listening to a lot of Hadestown right now, which is fantastic. I love that song. I love that show. I love how it sounds.
Yeah.
Those are the lyrics that have been getting me as of late, but I don't have any in my head.
Yeah.
We should probably add your TikTok. What is your TikTok if people want to add you on TikTok?
Yeah, it's the same as my Instagram and my Twitter.
Oh,
so
there you go.
across the board. Yep.
It's just all there.
All Rachi Chachi. Yeah.
Rachi Chachi. I love that. Awesome. Looks like you've got a new follower already. So chalk it up. Awesome. Well, Rachel, you wanna do another one?
Yeah, I'll do another one. Yep. This next one is called Allergy Season.
Oh man,
I love
it.
Here.
We're here for this.
Yep. Yeah, here we go. I met you in the springtime. I was dying. In the meantime, you were pining over me. Allergy season had me wheezing over you. Now I'm bleeding out my nose under my shoes, and I can't pretend I don't linger on it. Every itch on my skin, I can't think straight with a brain full of keepsakes. I can't focus when your name's like a notice from the bank. An allergy season
reason. The thought of your house in July and your mouth on my thigh. And I can't pretend I don't relish in it. Every message you send. Now I'm coughing up the past. Nothing's built to last. Breathing in the air. It's almost like you're there. I can smell you everywhere. And I can't pretend I'm not better off without it. And I can't deny you don't live inside my eyes during allergy season. Had me wheezing over you, over you.
Wow, so good.
Thank you.
Rachel.
Love that.
Thank you so much.
That's so amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today, Rachel.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Definitely check out Rachel on all social media platforms at Rachi Chachi, or as Britt says, Rachi loves Chachi, which is very true. So thank you very much, Rachel. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you guys. You as well.
Take care now.
Bye.
Oh man, so good. It got me all in the feels.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely check out all of Rachel's work and keep an eye, because Friday for
dropping that single,
first,
baby.
That first single, and I look forward to many more singles from Rachel in the future. And speaking of songs, we need to get back to our trivia question. Because we have a few minutes left of the show, and we do have some business to cover.
Questions to answer.
But before we do that, real quick, I do want to say we talked about Sondheim and Andrew Lloyd Webber, but we also want to wish William Shatner, Reese Witherspoon, and Constance Wu a happy birthday today.
Happy birthday.
And then the rest of the week, we've got, let's see, I have who some of these people are. I don't know 100%. I have it on my document here. But of course, now I'm lost. Here we go.
Gwen Coburn had a birthday this week.
Gwen Coburn had a birthday last week.
Gwen Coburn.
Happy birthday. Yeah, she had a wonderful little birthday celebration in the musical Comedy Night. I think that was partially her birthday party.
Yeah.
But we'll also wish happy birthday to Laura Thorne. I had to look up who Laura Thorne was because I had it written down and didn't have my notes in front of me. She's one of the best, named one of the top 10 American chefs. Laura Thorne. Also Carrie Russell from The Americans, and I believe Felicity.
And August Rush.
And August Rush.
And Austin Land.
August Rush, very sad. That's the one that had Robin Williams in it, right?
Yes.
Wasn't Robin Williams in that movie?
Yeah.
Wednesday, Lake Bell, who you might not know who Lake Bell is, but if you watch the animated series Harley Quinn on HBO Max, she is the voice of Poison Ivy.
Wow.
She's wonderful. Like, it's just a wonderful, wonderful show, and she's a wonderful voice actress.
Yeah.
Thursday, Gloria Steinem, Aretha Franklin, and Reginald Kenneth Dwight. Elton John.
Reginald.
Friday, Diana Ross and Martin Short and Keira Knightley. Who doesn't love Keira Knightley?
I adore Keira Knightley. I just love that Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, that's right. She has a movie. Lake Bell is in that In a World movie about voice, about being a voice coach.
Oh, yeah.
Which I really should watch that. And Gloria Steinem, big glasses pioneer. That's what she's famous for.
That's mostly what she's known for.
That's mostly what she's known for. Awesome. So now let's get to our trivia. So our trivia question today was, what country has the most Eurovision Song Contest winners? So think about it. Put your guesses in the chat while Chloe and I discuss. Chloe, who do you think? Like, I know the answer because I did the research for the question, but who do you think?
I think I gotta go with Britt Mitchell's guess here. I gotta go with Sweden. So that's where ABBA came from, you know.
Is it a current member of BL Fact here is asking some technical questions, which I get. Is it a current member of the Eurovision Union? I mean, I guess I don't.
We don't know anything about Eurovision.
We know very little about Eurovision. So
we're gonna Google it.
We'll Google it. It is not Sweden. It is not Belgium. So it is, in fact, Ireland with 7 wins.
Wow, that's amazing.
Sweden coming in a close second, so you're very close. Has won the contest 6 times, while Luxembourg, France, and the Netherlands and the United Kingdom have both all won 5 times. So those are your top winners of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Luxembourg. That's a small country to be producing so many winners.
Well, it turns out you don't need a high populace. You just need a talented
concentration
populace.
Of talent.
Yes. So we will. We're going to keep you. I think this whole Eurovision thing has kind of got me hooked a little bit. I want to keep doing some Eurovision check-ins because the contest is in May. It's in late May, so we're ramping up to it. So we'll try to find some interesting, because there's been some interesting bands, interesting songs come out of that. So we'll keep doing that as the show progresses. So that about wraps up our show today. Real quick, we've got, obviously it's Monday. Monday is game show night here on 2MB Studios, starting at 7 and going all the way to 10. So tune in later for that. I'm really hoping we get those. We now only need 14 followers to get to 1,000. So that would be awesome if it happened tonight. It'd be great if it happened tomorrow. But I'd like to have it happen in the next few days. So if you have not followed, follow. If you know someone that hasn't followed, get them to follow the station.
Tell them to follow. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, we need a 2MB Eurovision spinoff, pretty please. All right, well, I'll talk about it in the production meeting after this. I'll write it down. So thank you so much. Yes, there's a bomb in the 2MB Studios that will explode if the stream goes below 10 people. Oh no! I never thought I'd be in the speed situation.
Oh no!
Pop quiz. What do you do?
Comedy, I guess.
That's right. I wanted to say Poof tonight at 8 has a big YouTube person on the show. Maggie Mayfish is going to be a guest on Poof the Magical Game Show tonight. And I tell you what, that's one of the most underrated shows on the channel, I think. Poof the Magical Game Show is such a fun show. So please do yourself a favor, tune in, watch Nate and Bacon be the amazing goofballs that they are. you will occasionally see this face, although a different name down here. There we go. But it really is a fun show. So poof that follow button and tune in tonight at 8. All right, that about does it. Chloe, do you have any amazing words of wisdom for us this evening? Or this morning? This evening? It's already night.
It's been a long show.
We've been going for 12 hours. All the other shows should have started hours ago.
My wisdom to you is to pick up some feminist literature.
Yeah. And if it's feminist horror, even better.
Even better. But don't eat people.
Not to
That's my real wisdom.
But don't eat
people.
And on that note, goodbye, world.
Goodbye, world.